Our first morning in Germany, we got up and took a walk through the village. We were all excited to be there. Many days we spent in the car, going from one church or place to another. We were privileged to get to go and see the Alps. The beautiful nature that God has done. He has created all this wonderful world. There are many castles throughout Germany. Beautiful castles, some in ruins. It's a land of kings. They have many kings through the years, but they don't know the King of Kings, and that's what we want to present to them. Brother John Radank took us on our tour throughout the country. And what would a trip to Germany be without a visit to a Chinese restaurant? The castle ruins we saw on many hillsides, but we traveled through and saw lots of beautiful villages. This is the village we used to live in. All villages have at least one church, either Catholic or Lutheran. We went to a city called Regensburg and saw this painting on the wall of David and Goliath. We went to the famous Bratwurst kitchen. The city of Regensburg was built in around 90 AD. This is an old Roman wall. They recently unearthed some more of the Roman wall. We did some shopping downtown. Went to the Christmas market where there's always something good to eat. This city is situated on the Danube River. It has a beautiful church there, very old and ornate. Many sculptures on the outside of the church. And inside it's beautiful. They have stained glass windows, a beautiful pipe organ which takes up a large portion of one wall. It's a beautiful church, but spiritually it's cold and dead. They have churches in the country and in the cities. We also traveled to Dachau concentration camp. This is Arbeit macht frei, which means work makes you free. We toured through the barracks that they had there. This is a replica of the beds that they had, sleeping 3 and 4 to a bed with just a thin blanket. The guard towers were always seen. This is a trench that was filled with water with an electric fence on the other side. They were shot if they crossed the trench. Brother John told us about the gas chamber here and how the people were brought in and gassed. And then they were cremated in these crematoriums. John thought of all the thousands that were killed without Christ, and it made him cry. We met a new missionary named Mark Boyd. He was having a series of Thursday night services, and he had tracts for us to stuff in mailboxes. These say, "Christmas is more." So we started handing these out. In Germany, it's legal to stuff mailboxes, so this was the best way for us to give these out to the people. Brother Boyd had had no visitors his first service, but the second service, after we gave out tracts, he had 7 visitors. We also helped Brother Bob Radank in his new work and gave out tracts about a special service on Christmas Eve. He gave us the tracts, and he also gave us maps so we would know what part of the city to go to. And we started giving them out. Apartment buildings are great because we can give out so many at one time, but each house is important. The first ones finished with their area, went back to the bakery, and got to have their coffee and pastry first. That Thursday night, we went to church with Brother Bob and his family. Everyone was happy to be there. He had 4 German men there that night for a new work that's a true blessing. They heard about what we had done that day with the tracts and took some so they could give them out too. This is the church that we had started when we were there. This is where the Klauses now hold their services. It was good to see our church still going strong. Brother Keith made announcements, and we started our Sunday morning service. The children were brought forward to do their Advent candle and have prayer. Then the children were dismissed to the children's church, just like we have in America. Lindsay and Jessica were able to go down and observe for a little while. Then we got ready for the preaching with Pastor Keith interpreting for Gary.
The stories change over the years.
Für uns ist es vielleicht der Fall, wir können die Geschichte hören, aber im Laufe der Zeit ändern sich auch die Geschichten manchmal.
Peter was saying, as important as it was for us to see that, we have something much more important.
Petrus hat hier in seinem Brief geschrieben, so wichtig es ist, dass wir das gehört haben und gesehen und erlebt haben, gibt es was noch Wichtigeres.
We have God's precious word,
Wir haben das kostbare Wort Gottes
and we need to be reading it every day.
und wir sollen das Wort jeden Tag lesen.
I love Pastor Keith.
Ich liebe Pastor Keith,
He is a good man,
er ist ein guter Mann,
very smart.
sehr schlau.
He preaches the truth.
Er predigt die Wahrheit.
He's good, but don't trust him when it comes to the word. Read it yourself.
Aber du sollst ihm nie vertrauen, was mit dem Wort zu tun hat. Du sollst selbst lesen können.
If there's a problem,
Like all good Baptists, we had a meal afterwards. We also were able to go to church with the Klauses on Wednesday night, where they also have tea to drink. It was a blessing to get to be with these people. Then it was time to go home. We were glad to go home, but it was a wonderful trip, and we hope we were a blessing to the missionaries there.